So the Stock Rods on track for their ORCi Championship final here at Nuts Corner this evening for what is going to be a 25 lap race. And we'll be underway in racing in just a minute. The grid falling into line already. 143 Cameron Willisey is going to start on the outside of the front row, qualifying second on the grid, with the defending champion Ken van der Bosch qualifies on pole in H2.93. He won the title last year at Skegness. So the third year of this event, with the past 2 years being very entertaining, this should be no different. Number 11 Sean Jacklin inside row 2 alongside 142 Tom Knighton. Then inside row 3 at the back of group number 1 will be 144 Lewis Willisey, once again seeing both the Willisey brothers in the front group of a championship race. 447 Adam Turner heads off groups alongside 910 Niall McFerrin, 422 Connor Gibson Leach and 987 John Smith beyond that, along with 85 Paul Broderick behind the tractor. Group 3 headed off by 53 Nigel Foster on row 7 alongside 83 Ben Singleton. Then we've got 107 Evan Foster, 24 Jack Morris. And then rounding out group number 2 is newcomer 951 Harry Minish. Row 10, 36 Roy Anderson is on the inside alongside 532 James Eccles. Then we've got 862 Reece Checkley on row 11 with 188 Andy James. And then the back of the grid on East Lonesome on row number 12 will be Welshman 175 Steve Evans. So everybody falling into line. Then defending champion Ken van der Bosch to be set at the front of the grid. The 2022 winner of this event, Charlie Octoloni, not with us. He won the title at Taunton a couple of years ago. Yellow flag goes up though. Here we go with the 2024 ORCi Championship for the Stock Rods. So down the back straight come the first group of cars in towards turns 2 and 4. ORCi presents the 2024 Oval Racing Council Championship for the OGRL Stock Rods. We are about to go racing. Watch the flag starter. Green flag goes down. We're underway in racing for 25 laps of the Nuts Corner Raceway. And Ken van der Bosch H3 pushing down the inside of 143 Willisey to 111 of Jacklin, slotted into third place already. 144 Willisey is up to fourth place past 142 Tom Knighton. Turner and McFerrin have made a lightning start for the front of Group 2 and have already closed in the back of 142 Tom Knighton, the fifth place runner. Turner just nudges the back of 142.9 up there. 910 McFerrin had a heat win earlier on and then struggled to make progress in the following heat after getting stuck behind a slow moving Graham Willis at the start. Adam Turner looked to the inside there of 142 Knighton but couldn't make the move stick. Van der Bosch leads the way then from 143 Willisey and 11 of Jacklin. Sean, a race winner early on in the night, so he's had a pretty good night by his standards. Once again, Shane Weiser Redgrade, he finished second in the national points last year in the Stock Rods after taking the title fight all the way to the final race at Wimbledon with Adam Turner, who came out on top after scoring a third place in the final at Wimbledon last season. So 107 Evan Foster's pulled off, I'm afraid to say, already, so his title hopes are over. And the race hasn't really got very far into itself yet. 422 Connor Gibson Leach is now chasing down the Knighton Turner McFerrin battle. But the leaders are still running line astern, with Van der Bosch and Willisey still 1-2. Kevin, as we say, the defending champion to this title. Meantime, 175 Evans deals with 862 Checkley at the back of the grid. Checkley goes a bit sideways, the Nova looking very tail happy there. 143 Willisey still isn't able to find a gap past Van der Bosch at the front though. Gibson Leach has now caught the battle for the 5th position. 11 of Jacklin is beginning to bridge a gap from 144 Lewis Willisey. I say that as the gap then proceeds to close again on the entrance to the corner. But our 1-2 really are pushing the limits here. Ken van der Bosch chucking the car sideways pretty much every bend. 143 Willisey is thinking about going for the rear wheel shot, I think, but obviously it's non-contact formula, so he has to resist the temptation as much as he can. 142 Knighton runs minorly wide on turn 4. 447 Turner has a slow run out of turn 4, but McFerrin can't get alongside and capitalise on that little error from the world champion. Adam will of course defend the world title later this year at Ipswich. He won the title last year in a very busy race at Northampton. Meantime, further down the road, we've got some entertainment going with 83 of Ben Singleton having 951 Harry Minish trying to go around the outside, going into turn 136. Roy Anderson is looking around, making sure he can get involved as well. They almost try 3 wide on the far side, but it's not to be. Minish in 9.51 is really trying that outside line. Good to see a newcomer really having a good go at things. Harry, a complete newcomer to OGRL tonight, so first meeting, and what about a baptism of fire. The championship meeting randomly drawn grids is your first meeting, that's not a bad start. 188 Andy James also getting involved in the battle as well. Anderson's now drawn alongside Harry Minish in 9.51. This is battling for around 10th or 11th place. I think we're just outside the top 10 with this battle. Anderson 36, all minorly doors. Minish on the entrance turn number 3. That puts Harry Minish out wide. 188 Andy James will draw alongside the 9.51 machine in this one. But it looks like they're going to survive it. 36 Anderson now attempting the outside line of Singleton 83. Not quite. Ben Singleton, the reigning Whites and Yellows champion, won that title at Westworld last year. Roy is the reigning Polysport Yokohama champion. He managed to wrap that title up in a dramatic finish to the Polysport Series at Ringwood in November. Roy really is trying his hardest though. It must be said the Scotsman having a great run in stock rods the end of last year, after a slightly disappointing meeting at Machem in South Africa last season, when he ended up really getting badly affected by various bits of contact on a very fraught night for the stock rods, it must be said, at Machem. But now Roy Anderson gets around the outside and sweeps back into the line on the inside. Oh, not quite, locks the rear wheel up there I think, but now has completed the move. Can he get in? Yes he can. Meantime, Harry Minish is once again battling with 188 Andy James. They got James Eccles catching them in 5.32, the Lancashire-based driver from Chorley. They got 175 Evans chasing them down, our lone Welsh competitor here today. We're on lap number 19 for the race leaders, by the way. And it's still Van der Bosch leading the way from 143 Willisey in second place. Levno Jacklin has pulled away in third place now, but he's in no man's land with nobody to fight, so Sean having a very lonely race, it must be said. 144 Lewis Willisey's dropping back into the clutches of 142 Tom Knighton. Tom has been a very good addition to the stock rods so far. He ran very well at Hensford 2 weeks ago, the last stock rod outing, which was the first round of the Polysport Yokohama series. But Van der Bosch still leads the way as they come through to start what is going to be their final lap, is my understanding. Meantime, we've got various bits and pieces going on ahead of them, but 143 Willisey cannot quite get past Van der Bosch at this current stage, really struggling to find a way through. Correction, we're not on the final lap, my apologies, there's a couple more laps left to run. Miscounted laps on that one, I'm afraid. The 142 Knighton has got 910 McFerrin really hampering the back of him now. McFerrin is thereabouts, but can't quite find a way through. 422 Connor Gibson Leach has managed to sneak past Adam Turner. Meantime we've got 862 Checkley hiding in the long grass on turn number 4. A bit of Jurassic Park. But we come through now onto the final lap of the race. So Kane Van der Bosch H23 has indeed only got one more circulation to do this time. Battle ahead of them between Harry Minish, Ben Singleton and Andy James. What a battle this has been all race long. The best battle on the track in this one, I would say. But the Chafley's at the ready and defending the title will be H23 Kane Van der Bosch, once again be Oval Racing Council champion for the stock rods. Still a battle going on in the lower reach of the top 10. Evans in 175 now getting involved, and Evans barges down this time. Andy James in 188, excuse me, says Andy, but the chase flag goes down that lot, and Evans will be Andy James back to the line. So we can ask you please, Mr. Starter, for a red flag on that one to conclude the ORCi Championship for the stock rods.